Hi, good morning guys. Today we're going to discuss about the three fundamentals. That's ISO, shutter speed, and aperture. As you can see, we're rotating. We're actually in Halong Bay, Vietnam, so enjoy the view. Well, I'm enjoying it really, so I have a lot of pictures to share with you, so stay tuned, okay? Number one, ISO. What is ISO? Our settings in our camera. ISO is actually artificial light. This is mostly used when in low light situations, like in a dark room or in a church, or it's not lit properly. That's where we use ISO. Now, so I'll show you a few samples of pictures here. First would be a low ISO number, and then at an ISO where the light is acceptable and that your picture will still be clear, and an ISO at a high value which will show very exposed picture, or in some instances also a clear picture during the dark. Now you have to be careful with ISO, right? When we have artificial light, that doesn't mean you use it all the time, because if you put the ISO in a high value, a too high value, you'll see grainy pictures. I'll show you a sample of a really grainy picture with an ISO of maybe 12,000, or it depends. You'll have to play around with your camera depending on the situation, but usually on a high ISO setting it's grainy. So as much as possible, try to limit using it. Though some cameras have good ISO capabilities, try to balance the three fundamentals between each other. Fundamental number two, aperture. Now aperture would be the value written on your lens. Now this would depend on the lens you have. Normally we stated on your lens like 3.5 up to 5.6. Let's say the focal range of your lens would be stock. Let's say the stock lens you have 15 to 50, somewhat of that value. Now for aperture, the higher the number, let's say, I'll start with 1.8 to 14. 1.8 being the most wide setting open for your aperture of your lens, and 14 for the smaller the hole it is. So now how do I explain that? At aperture 1.4, if you see your lens, you'll see the blades of your lens open really wide. Now this allows a lot of light in, so this is great for out of focus pictures, like this example I'll show you. Though having it most open is usually best for portraits, but if you're going to do landscape like here in this place, in Halong Bay, you usually want to go up to aperture of f8 or maybe an f11. Our lenses are actually clearer when we step up in the middle range of the aperture, so take note of that also. Now for aperture 2, you could also use this as for low light situations. If the scene is too dark or too light or too well lit, you can also adjust that using your aperture. Just take note, the higher the value, meaning f4 going up to f11 or to what the capability of your lens is, it goes darker, the image goes darker. On the other way around, it goes a bit brighter but more depth of field, or what you would like to say bokeh. bokeh, or how in different countries they say it different ways. So fundamental number three, that would be shutter speed. Now shutter speed is mainly used either to capture motion or to create a surreal image. Actually, now for the values of shutter speed, there would be 30 seconds up to maybe, depending on your camera, up to maybe 6,000 or one of 6,000 shutter speed. Now to explain that more, when I say 30 seconds and I press my camera button, the 30-second shutter will stay open for 30 seconds. So that would create a long exposure picture. Like this shot, I'll show you of a waterfall I did in upstate New York in Bear Mountain. Now for a fast shutter speed, usually this is used for sports photography, but you can also do this with wildlife or with any moving object. I'll show you an example of slow shutter speed. That would be, let's say, 1 over 80, 1 over 80 setting. You will see the blurred shots of it. So you will have to play around with the shutter speed. You have to really fine-tune your skills on how to use the shutter speed correctly. And this is also handy when if you don't have a tripod and you're just holding it. It's better to pick a shutter speed even though our hands are not really that stable. So a little bit of shake can create an image that's blurry. So make sure you get that shutter speed on point. Now, I would use a fast shutter speed if I'm shooting a basketball or game or soccer game or even a flying bird, an eagle. Capture the wings at the right moment. Eagles or birds fly their feathers. I mean, they beat their feathers really fast, so you want a good shutter speed. For shutter speed also, use this in landscape photography. It's very, very beautiful. If you have seen other YouTubers or Instagram pictures with long exposures, like you see the skies really faded like that. That's at a shutter speed of maybe 30 seconds or maybe sometimes at a minute or even 2 minutes. I've seen some pictures at night for astrophotography using maybe an hour shutter speed open with the remote, so you could do that too. This can also be used to capture smoothness in the water. I'll show you this picture so you can see how shutter speed affects it on water. It looks really nice. Try using that too. Now that's the three fundamentals. So take note of those and learn it and learn the craft. When you're able to find the right setting and the right combination of those three fundamentals, you'll take good pictures, great pictures. The photography is something you have to have patience in it. One slight move, even your small bump like this or left or right can cause the image to be blurry. You won't see that in your viewfinder or in your LCD screen in your camera. You won't notice it, but when you go to the computer and transfer it, you will see it. So those are the three fundamentals. Now, stay tuned. We'll have more videos of basic photography. I'll show you more samples of my pictures here in Vietnam. I hope you enjoy it. Visit this place. Vietnam is a really nice place. This is like a scene from Jurassic Park. It's waiting for a dinosaur to pop up right behind me.